Hello and welcome to the Transfer Show on 100% Chelsea in association with Bull Street. Now, I will be on the Bull Street YouTube channel on deadline day talking all things Chelsea. The deadline is fast approaching, but we will be live streaming from Bull Street North, and you guys better head across there if you want to see deadline day done properly. But let's get straight into our apparent transfers, which probably won't happen. There are a few good players in here, but first of all, James Rodriguez, the Football Manager transfer. Now, this is just coming from all of the places which I didn't think would be the best of sources. No surprises there. James Rodriguez seems to be a player which is just being linked with Chelsea, being linked with Liverpool, being linked with Manchester United, linked with practically every club in the Premier League. For me, this is a non-mover. Until I see it on BBC or Sky Sports that a bid has been placed, I will not be covering this story any further. There is no point at all. He's a great player, but I just can't see it happening. But the next story is something which I think could be happening. Now, Chelsea have submitted a bid for Fiorentina left-back Marcos Alonso. Now, he's already played in the Premier League. He's played in the Championship. He's played in England. He has experience with clubs. He played at Bolton and he played at Sunderland. Now, I know before you start digging into me, just hear me out with this. I've done, I guess, it's a fairly dangerous thing to do. I've checked this guy out on YouTube, so I've looked at some of the stuff he does. I've looked at who scored. I've looked at some of his stats. He's a very good player. His touch is great. He's really strong on the ball. He's good in the air. He can play left back and left midfield. Now, that's the killing point for me. I think Conte is looking to establish his team and establish his style in the Premier League, potentially starting to play a 3-5-2. Now, I think he's brought this guy in to do that because he can play both positions. So for this season, if we decide to play 4 at the back, he can play left back. If we decide to switch to 3 at the back, say Zuma's fit and we sign at a centre-half, and you have Terry, Zuma and some other centre-half, for the sake of it, let's say Koulibaly, despite the fact it's not going to happen. And you have these players there and available, this guy can do the work on that left-hand flank. Hazard will probably move into the number 10 position. You'd have Kante, Fabregas potentially as the 2 central midfielders. You'd have Willian or somebody else on the right-hand side. Azpilicueta, I don't think would start as a wing-back. I think he would start as a centre-half. So for the sake of it, instead of Koulibaly, we'll put Azpilicueta there. You'd have Zuma, Terry, Azpilicueta as your 3 centre-halves. You'd have, I guess it probably would be Willian. Willian probably would be used as a right wing-back. And then you'd have this guy, Marcos Alonso, on the left-hand side. Strong, physical, good passer, gets forward, great crosses, good at defending. He's grown a lot since Sunderland and Bolton. Let's be honest, guys. You can't just say he's played for Sunderland, Bolton, he's rubbish. Because you know where we got Gary Cahill from? We got him from Bolton. And although he might not have been the greatest last season, he's been a very, very good player at Chelsea Football Club. So I don't think it's fair to judge a book by its cover. This guy looks really good, so I suggest you go and check him out. I'm really excited to see this happen, but it seems that we've actually put a bid forward to Fiorentina, and this could be a transfer that gets off the ground. Next on the transfer show today, we have Loic Remy potentially going out on loan to Crystal Palace. Now, Crystal Palace have said they have an interest in bringing him in on loan. Now, this is something which probably will happen, but it means we'd have to panic buy and find another striker, considering we'd only have 2 strikers available, because also Patrick Bamford seems like he could be out on his way to Burnley, but we'll get to that in a minute. Remy on the way out, potentially get his confidence back. I guess it could be what I was saying the other day. Obviously, I've rethought it. If he's going out on loan to potentially regain confidence as a good striker that he is, because he is a good striker, there's no doubt in it. He's proved it at QPR in the Premier League. He proved it at Newcastle. He can score goals. He's capable of doing that. But he hasn't been playing well. He was offside constantly last season. Couldn't find the back of the net. If he plays alongside Benteke and the players that are available in that squad, Zaha potentially might be going to Spurs, but if he doesn't, you've got Zaha who can put the balls in the box, can have someone who he can create an end product with, because let's be honest, Connor Wickham and Fraser Campbell aren't exactly Benteke and Remy. Yes, the 2 of them are rejects, but on their day, they are very, very good strikers. Remy and Benteke proven that, both with QPR and Newcastle and Aston Villa respectively. They are good strikers, and if they're given the end product and they can build their confidence, who knows what can happen. But Remy seems to be going out on loan to Crystal Palace. Our next story comes and it formulates probably what I was saying earlier about the 3-5-2 system, what I think could be changing, and you know, Conte's wanting to develop in his squad. Now, he wants to look at Brozovic from Inter Milan. So this is a guy who I watched for Bull Street at the Euros. I was covering the Croatian group. I watched him. I thought Brozovic was absolutely brilliant. I really liked him as a central midfielder. He could tackle, he could pass, he could do everything. It was a great all-round player. Now, if you think about it like this, and you were going to have the 3-5-2, you'd obviously have the wing-backs, you'd have 3 central midfielders. Now, Kante, all-round midfielder. Brozovic, all-round midfielder. If we get him in, you have those 2 players which can just do everything. And then you have the creative player, the number 10. So I'm looking at the Pirlo Juventus. So a few years ago, but potentially Fabregas becoming that player based on what I've been seeing from this season when he's actually come on, Watford being the prime example. Just that pass shows what him and Diego Costa are capable of together. They have a connection, and I think it's something that we should definitely capitalise on, especially with chemistry like that. And I think this Brozovic guy would be a good signing for us. But it's a case of, with these transfers, it's all rumours this, but I'd like to see him at Chelsea. We just need to push the deal through, and then if Brozovic becomes a Chelsea player, that'd be great. I think Inter Milan have got to balance their books. Today they've done a €70 million double sweep for Gabigol and Cal Mario from Sporting Lisbon. So if it means Brozovic has to go on the way out, I think this is something definitely we capitalise on. But Brozovic to Chelsea, let me know. What do you think? The next story is Patrick Bamford on loan to Burnley, taking our toll to God knows what when it comes to loaning players out. He won't get in the Chelsea team. It's as simple as that. He's not good enough yet. It was proven when he was at Norwich and when he was at Crystal Palace last season. He couldn't get past Cameron Jerome and Mbakani at Norwich, and he couldn't get past Connor Wickham and Fraser Campbell at Crystal Palace. So basically, maybe he just doesn't have what it takes to play at those teams. However, at Burnley, I was discussing this with James on a Bull Street Live, Facebook Live transfer show. Make sure you go and check that out over on Facebook and like the Bull Street Facebook page. But with the likes of Andre Gray and Sam Vokes, they are 2 potent strikers. They do work well together, and you know they are going to be the first choice strikers for Burnley this season so far. Until one of them gets injured, I don't think there's anybody underneath them which could really fit that standard. And considering what Patrick Bamford is capable of, we saw it when he was at the Championship, and he banged in a load of goals for Middlesbrough. He's capable of making that step up to the Premier League. He just needs to be given the right team and the right tools to get the job done. And I feel at Burnley, he could definitely do a job, and he could definitely develop. If Burnley got relegated this season, so be it. But he would have Premier League experience. That's the big thing here. He's only a loan player. But then, if it's all about him making those steps. If he got to a team which came up in the Premier League and then went straight back down, brilliant, got experience, scores a few goals, that's great. Then he goes to a team which is fighting, then he goes to a team which is mid-table, and then maybe he can make the step up to us. Or if he bangs in a load of goals, you never know. He could already be making that step up. But it's a case of we have a player which is constantly being loaned out. If he's never going to get in the team, I don't think we should worry about him anymore. I think we should just sell him. Wigan did place a £3 million bid, but we did reject it. He is 22 years old, so he can develop. But what do you guys think? Do you think a loan move for him to Burnley is a good idea? Or do you think, you know what, it may just be time to start looking at our policy and cut ties? Let me know down in the comment section below. But that has been your transfer show here on 100% Chelsea with Bull Street. Make sure you head over there on deadline day to catch me with the other fan channels, probably making a few digs at Robbie if Arsenal finally sign some players. Yes, they may have some deals lined up, but let's see if they go through. I will see you guys very soon. Make sure you subscribe to 100% Chelsea. All social media links are down in the description for Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. And I'll see you guys really, really soon. Take care.